Hello everybody, welcome back. We're going to have a quick look at the market, Bitcoin, altcoins, Dixie, and if you haven't got any time to watch this, don't worry. I'm on holiday at the moment, so I'm making it on these rubbish this rubbish laptop that I've got. But apparently the sound quality on my really good computer at home is terrible, so maybe the sound quality on this will be better. Normally these laptops do just make everything super or almost uncomfortably loud. So, long story short, I haven't changed my analysis. Why would I? I still feel it's the same setup as it has been. We've now got our new week, and with that, we've got a significant read of bearish divergence on the money flow index now. These normally only take a single drive for it to come down. So we had a big move up here and marked the basic peaks around this drive and this drive. And left us, with a big dump. I'm not calling for a big crash or a dump. That's not what I'm calling for. I'm calling for consolidation, as you all know, and this can take several weeks, several months, and it's not started yet, which is why I think it's hard for people to take on board what it is that I'm saying. Because when I look on a weekly term time frame, and people watch these videos, and then they see that the market's gone up again, well, yeah, even though it's only by a few percent, it's still gone up. And they're like, "You were wrong. Your analysis is incorrect. You are missing out." Right, no, 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 no. Let me just try and explain something. So I entered Bitcoin and loads of altcoins, more or less around here. This is where I went big and heavy on it. And for the most part, I've got a lot of those riding. That was, buying, holding, staking. When it came into September, I was calling for alt seasons, and we were making trades on alts, doubling, tripling, quadrupling the account balance. It started off when everybody was saying, "What are you talking about, man? No altcoins are going to move. You're wrong." It moves up. Exiting those altcoins and a lot of any of the trades really, whether they're positive or negative or just neutral, when Bitcoin reached what is so far the local high. But, we could easily see a $52,000 Bitcoin. I can see that easily happening. But I still exited the market from my trading account. Loads of buy, hold, stake stuff still going on, so don't get me wrong. I've even got the 36 Ethereum that I bought from back down in the beginnings of the bull market. That's still riding. That's fine. I bought those at $160. Buy, hold, stake. Been staking those, holding those for a very long period of time. No reason for me to want to sell any of that. Why would I? So I'm just trying to put it across to you. So as a trader, you balance out, you work out what's a good trade. Where's your entry point? Where's your exit point? So all of those entries and exits have now been done, and I'm sitting in quite a large pile of cash. And with that cash being dollars, I now look to the dollar and what's the dollar doing? Based on the weekly, the dollar had its big massive move up, had its consolidation, and by the way, just to put it out there, I called for this rally, I also called for this top. But now what I'm saying is this is still a bullish chart. Golden cross, retest, high, a higher low, a second retest of a 200 exponential. Those kind of point to at least a double top, if not a slightly higher high, maybe 108 eventually, which again is not massive moves. But by being in cash, I can enjoy that tiny little move, but I can also protect myself from what I believe is going to be a consolidation in this market. Recognize I'm looking at this on the weekly time frames. We've got bearish divergence on Bitcoin's money flow index now. Yeah, we've got a higher low on the Dixie. We are breaking out. We are above all major moving averages on the Dixie, whether it's weekly, daily, 4-hourly, or even an hourly. Still points to the overall analysis, which I've been touting since December. I believe a consolidation is due. It's overdue. Doesn't mean it's going to happen today, but it is due. But I also said, look, the risk to reward is not good, but it doesn't mean that you can't grab a 10 to 50% move on an altcoin somewhere, or maybe just generally. You can, you definitely can. But 10 to 50% after making hundreds of percent is not what I'm in it for. I'm in it for, and I'm not trying to sound greedy or ungrateful for a 10 or 50%, but I'm happy with a 10 or 50% if the risk to reward is good. I don't believe it's good at the moment. I think we're really on the edge of a cliff, and that cliff's, we're just going to start coming down at some point. any minute really. But again, we could easily go up first before we do it. 52,000, maybe 54. Who knows? But we are going to start coming down at some point soon. And just like a cat, I'm happy to sit and chill and watch and wait for that mouse. I'll watch it. If it if it gets away, it gets away. But I'm generally happy to just watch it and catch it when it suits me. When it's appropriate. And at the moment, I don't feel, based on everything that I see, that it's appropriate to make new spot positions in anything, stocks as well. I think the market has and is putting in a general high right now, and it will go down to make a higher low, which is still a bullish setup. And again, I'm very much in favor of the 4-year cycle completing, which is why my hodl bags are still hodls. I've not exited any of that hodl bag. Why would I? I expect higher prices over the next year or two. But from entering into new positions at these levels, when I have all these signs of reversal, I just don't see it's the right thing to do. And if it takes a couple of weeks for that to be present on the chart for everybody else to see, that's fine. I appreciate most people don't look at weekly charts and look at the things that I look at. And of course, I might be wrong. Well, I don't think I am, and I'm willing to be wrong, just to preserve, all the cash that I've made over over the last 12 months, but certainly over the last 4 months, been really big gains, and those big gains are going to go back into this market, I can promise you, but not at this level. It's just kind of crazy. It's kind of mad. So so there's your Dixie. We'll just have a quick look at the Bitcoin dominance because there is one setup that's worth talking about. If my laptop if it can fathom the concept of doing this Bitcoin dominance. We do have one set up on the dominance chart, which might change my view in the short term and might encourage me to enter into some scalpy trades. But as of this moment, as of right this very second in time, maybe not ready for it. But if it's going to happen, it's going to happen from here. We have this. Well, it's a symmetrical triangle if you want to base it around the 200 exponential at the bottom. We've also got these lower highs, and basically it's a breakout or a breakdown trade. You can trade within the formation, and at this very moment, as of today, unfortunately, we have broken out, or it would appear that we're breaking out. Dominance chart is not neat and tidy, by the way. These wicks came down lower than the 200 exponential before it rallied up. This is only a tiny smidgen. It's like tiny, but it suggests movement up. So there's two sides to this. If we get rejected from here, I would be looking for a pullback towards 51.5% dominance. It's about a 4% trade, which would mean that there would be some altcoins rallying. In the face of Bitcoin. Bitcoin could stay static, Bitcoin could go up, Bitcoin could go down. It doesn't really, it's kind of price neutral, but it is a potential move for altcoins. But we also have a pump signal generated on here, and we are toying with the idea of breaking out from here. So this could just be a breakout trade now, because we've got green portion of the cloud, we've got a cross in over here, we've got price above the cloud, we've also got cheeky span above the cloud too. So it does say that actually a pump signal and a breakout trade is as likely, if not more likely. So there is no rejection taking place at the moment. If we do find ourselves getting rejected, a 4% pullback on the dominance chart is what would happen, and that would be good for altcoins. But at the moment, I don't really feel like that is a setup that I'm willing to take. But if we do start to see that rejection, I would maybe take a few scalps on altcoins. But right as of this very moment in time, the same analysis still applies. We've now confirmed the bearish divergence on RSI and Money Flow Index on the weekly. That reminds me of what it looks like over here when we got the bearish divergence, and it didn't end particularly well. It took a little while, but we did come down. I think that's what's going to happen. I don't think we're going to crash like this. I just think we're just going to come down. And then I will be waiting for those entry points, mostly in altcoins, by the way, at much lower levels when nobody wants them. And that's normally the best time to do it. Everybody wants them right now. They fail to remember that I was calling for altcoins to be bought in September when nobody wanted them. That's where the big gains were made. Really now what you're looking to do, you're scraping the bottom of the barrel for trades. You might get some money out of it, but they're not from appropriate lower levels. Now everybody wants to buy the altcoins. They're calling me the idiot for not wanting them. They called me the idiot for wanting them when I bought them back in September. It's just the nature of the market. When you put yourself out on YouTube, obviously, to tell everybody what it is that you plan on doing, or that what you think is going to happen, you open your comments for criticism, and that's fine, because normally the criticism comes from the people who get it wrong. The people who said, "What are you buying altcoins for, you douche?" back in September, before we saw hundreds of % rally. Now they're saying, "Why aren't you buying altcoins, you douche? You're going to miss out." There's nothing. I'm not going to miss out on anything. I've already completed my plan, and now my next plan is written in stone. And I'm making it very clear what it is. And again, I wish everybody the best. I don't want people to lose money. I don't want people to miss out on making money. I don't want that at all. I'm just telling you what my plan is. And it's to take the profit, as I have done, after making some very successful trades. And now I'm planning, what it's going to look like later on this year when I make those other successful trades that aren't all about getting the 10 to 50%, which are more about making the hundreds of percents, which they will make from lower levels. I'm going to make them from here. They'll make them from lower levels, and I'll just wait for them. Right, so I'll leave it with you there. Nice and boring. Good way to start the day. Go off and enjoy the rest of your morning, because you're not going to find too much excitement here. Not for a long time, I would imagine. But I would still appreciate you subscribing to the channel and liking the videos, even if it's not what you wanted to hear. Right, thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.